What's going on YouTube? This is Seamus99 back bringing you Epic War 2. We just conquered Battlefield 10 with both the humans and the elves. And I think that for this episode we're going to take a break from dealing with orcs because episode 11 will take place on chapter 11, The Four Spies, rank number 4, Shadows and Traitors. So it seems like there's going to be some sort of elf traitor. Let's get right into the lore. Since we're going to go up against elves, it's only fair that we start out with mankind. At least that's how it makes sense to me. Oh, great. What voice did I have for this guy? Billions of years ago, our world was a boiling pot of fire and water, a molten ball of lava and rocks. And then the atmosphere... Is this Forest Guardian really about to go Discovery Channel on me? Because, like, if I wanted Discovery Channel, I'd go watch the Discovery Channel. But okay, whatever. And then the atmosphere began to cool, and the core of Earth was formed. A crystal core. Okay, that's cool. That's interesting. Okay. The core did not have any feelings, nor was it living. But it was the heart of Earth and the original creator of everything. And then time came to pass, and the crystal core began to separate into 3 layers. The bottommost layer sank deep beneath the earth to form the realm of hell. The upper layer rose to the sky to form the heavens. And the middle layer formed the earth we are now standing upon. So if the core of the earth was, like, you know, at the center of the earth, and it's split into 3 parts, because it really makes it seem like the earth was the crystal. Okay, let me read through this again. And then the atmosphere began to cool, and the core of the earth was formed, a crystal core. Okay, so I misread it. So what this Forest Guardian is saying, that when earth was formed, it was just a giant crystal, and then the crystal broke into 3 parts and became the earth. I don't know if this is based off any actual religion or not, but I really think it's an interesting idea. And it's like it's perfect for like a fantasy and medieval-esque game, kind of like this one is. I'm actually a huge fan of this entire little text page here. About time the lore got me really hyped up like this. And thus 3 worlds were formed. Our world was called the first world. Heaven was named the second, and hell the third. I mean, you could have done better than that, but whatever. And with each world, 1 king rose to power, and 3 kings ruled each realm. Okay, so 1 king rose to power, and 3 kings ruled each realm. Okay, so basically it's just worded bad. A king rose in each realm. The first world was ruled by the Gaian king, and he ruled over us, what's called the Nadas. And now 3 different species, elves, humans, and orcs. So basically all 3 species were once 1 species called the Nadas, and they evolved to become 3 different civilizations. Okay. Each world was in a balance, but each world seeks to conquer the other. On the outside, the 3 kings seemed to laugh and befriend each other, but in reality they were plotting to kill the other. And it was a twist of fate that happened 10,000 years ago. The king of heaven and the king of hell invited the king of earth to a feast that they held to name the anniversary of their 3 kingdoms. Well, so was there a system in place that they would know the anniversary? I imagine 10,000 years ago, the concept of a year wasn't a thing, so obviously their anniversary didn't revolve around a year. So what exactly marked the anniversary? I'm sure there was something that marked the anniversary, but I doubt the game's going to go in detail about that. But when our king of earth was drunk upon the wines and laughter, the kings of heaven and hell drew their power. So the king of earth was just immortal? I mean, unless if you're suggesting like these immortal beings can get drunk, which, okay, I guess if you look at like mythology, like the Greek god Dionysus, however you pronounce it, the god of wine, could get drunk. It's kind of funny that alcohol doesn't like have any boundaries. The fucking god can get drunk if he wanted to. The kings of heaven and hell drew their powers and murdered the king of earth, and with our king gone, the first world sought to kill the kings of hell and heaven. But we were like a snake without a head. Ooh, what a good simile. We had fangs, but you didn't have fangs because you didn't have a head. Excuse me? You can't... Are the fangs not attached to the snake's head? If the snake doesn't have a head, you don't have fangs either. But anyway, we had fangs, but no poison. We were not united. And there are many who seek to ascend to the throne of the first world. And soon, from the ashes of the first world, empires formed and 3 powers rose. 3 powers stand tall and 3 powers clashed. The fucking humans, the fucking orcs, and the fucking elves. In a world-scale war. So basically, heaven and hell killed the king of the earth, and instead of the earth electing a new king, 3 different civilizations came from the ashes of the calamity, And I guess all three of them all want to be king of the first world, or I guess the second world, because isn't the second world Earth? I don't know. So basically it turns into a fucking Game of Thrones. Okay, gotcha. But little did they know that as they fought amongst themselves, the king of hell sent shadows from his kingdom to secretly consume parts of our kingdom, and soon some of our lands became covered in shadows, and all men and women with an ounce of ill will in their hearts were devoured, and turned into a dark shell with no core or heart. And all those consumed would march towards the southern lands of no return to gather, where they would train in a mass into the strongest shadow army of Earth, forming the Dark Empire. Down, 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 down. Somebody get this man a lightsaber. So basically this Forest Guardian is explaining the backstory behind why this game's taking place, which is interesting. Question I have is, where's the first world? Where's heaven in all of this? I doubt heaven's a big fan of hell trying to take over the second world, because heaven probably wants to take over the second world, because people are assholes. But there are still those who resisted. Humans, okay, we know this. I am playing as a character who's resisted. Humans, elves, and orcs, who have put aside their differences, banded together into a rushed and ragged militia, forming an army of exactly 9,999,999 troops to storm the forts of the shadows. But no matter how strong the will or determination, our men were undertrained and underarmed. Wow, you should have just bought some paladins, dumbass. And like a mammoth crushing ants, our troops were decimated within hours. So if there were paladins, it would have been mammoths fighting mammoths. And the human king was wounded himself by the shadow sword. I managed to escape unscathed, but as the overlord of the orcs... Hold on, let me read that sentence again. What? I managed to escape unscathed as the overlord of the orcs. You are a forest guardian. What do you mean you're the overlord of the orcs? Or are you trying to say that the overlord of the orcs also escaped unscathed? I don't know. That's confusing. I took the elves and stole away, but the human king, now devoured by the shadows, struck his banners and turned against our alliance, slaughtering our elven brethren. So this happened before. This isn't the first time this war of darkness happened. I'm guessing that's where the first Sons of Destiny come in. I believe they were called the Sons of Destiny. And hate was boiled into the chest of every elf for humans. You know, considering that they're supposed to be renowned for their grace, you would think they wouldn't be so consumed by something like hate, but whatever. And mine had been no exception. And with ill will comes evil, and where evil goes, shadows will chase. So as we retreated back to the forest, I summoned vines, thorns, trees, and other ancient warriors that we found sacred to us to protect us from the shadows. Yet some shadows managed to sneak through our barriers into our base and consume both me and several of our elven brethren. So this is probably taking place right after I destroyed that, whatever that was, 49% consuming the Forest Guardian, and since the Forest Guardian wasn't 50% consumed, she was broken free. And I guess this is after I broke the Forest Guardian free from that trance that she's able to talk to me now. But it was impossible for any being, shadow or human or orc, to penetrate our barriers unless they knew the password. I wonder if they tried the word password as the password. I bet you it was the password. The magic of dryads would freeze any sentient being that tread... No, they fucking freeze everything. Let me tell you, they fucking freeze the air around it. They freeze me, and I'm playing the game. Like, it's shit, they fucking crazy. The magic of dryads would freeze any sentient being that tread foot into the sacred grounds, but for some reason the barriers were revoked and the shadows stole through and entered. Oh, paladins. See, paladins here, like, I don't know why you didn't just send a bunch of me in there. You know, it would have been a much different battle. But how's that possible? Your barriers. I felt none such when I set for my base far east of the forests. In reality, all beings are created equal. Oh, shut up, Martin Luther King. We don't need you right now. There are no beings that are completely good or evil, and elves are no exception. In the forest somewhere lurk spies. Some of our elven brethren must have sold us out, be it fear or other reasons. I do not know. But one thing is clear. We need to hunt down the spies before any more shadows sneak through and consume our brethren. Would you help me out, humans? Finally, I say something. Gladly! I love hunting. Jesus, that was a lot of reading. Also, we're starting out with a base level 1,000 mana, which means shit's gonna start getting interesting. bullshit. This fucking catapult is shooting at thin air. These orcs are fucking nasty, dude. Look at that shit. It's just the catapult's like, oh, well, this sucks. Y'all haven't really been able to notice because I cut most of it out, but they have actually increased in difficulty in the beginning a lot. It's a little hard to tell, but they are sending out a lot more troops than they've been sending out. And it's a little bit concerning. It's a lot concerning. I don't even know if there was a change in the actual difficulty or not, or if they just decided to get harder. But normally what I do for the defense is I just buy some, dwarves. This guy's gonna get some cheap shots, whatever. I'm over it. But we finally have enough mana to make me happy. I just need to buy the next level, arrow upgrade, which is like 1500. Boop, and then we can actually work on upgrading troops. Yeah, okay, this isn't working with this guy, but usually he just shoots right over their fucking head. I should have bought hobbits, actually. Hobbits would have been smarter there, because they would not have hit the hobbits at all. Wait, guys, look, I can actually max out all three of my units for humans. Pretty sure I can do it for elves as well. Look at that, I got all of them. All of them are maxed out. Now I just need to max out castle and arrow. We're actually surprisingly close. But let's take a look at the castle. Look at how beefy the castle looks. I haven't even bought castle walls yet. I don't even see it change with that one, but I think a wall like appears or something down there. And then all I need is a 1200 mana upgrade, and we are like set in stone and ready to go. Boom. Literally like the shading on the walls changes. That's all that happens. Alright, so now we just need to calculate exactly what we want from an attack. I think I'm going to start out with some wizards. And we're going to transfer eventually into a cannon. Because again, these things move slowly. I need things that move slowly. And then we're just going to wait one. We're going to chillax. We're going to take a seat back. We're going to cross our arms. And we're going to be very patient. We're going to wait. Get a little bit more mana. And then we're going to buy a couple more wizards. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. I'm basically an expert at this game. I'm also going to buy some archers. I'm just going to use the W key. Because archers are still probably the best unit in terms of price. They're really good. I just don't buy very many of them. Alright, so I just want to I don't want to let my mana dwindle too low. And right now I'm still preparing for the attack. I'm buying some troops so that it's eventually going to help out in the actual attack itself. But right now we're just taking it very, very slowly. We're just building the foundation of a good army composition right now. Buy another cannon. This should be a good foundation. So now we'll start buying crossbowmen. Crossbowmen and knights. Crossbowmen and knights is a good foundation. The foundation's already here. I need some more clerics. Alright, so then now that we have that, buy some more crossbowmen, and then finally we need to buy the paladin. And the paladin's the fastest troop. He's gonna get up there pretty quickly. I need some more clerics. I don't think I'm gonna buy any more wizards. I have enough. And then buy some miscellaneous shit. I wonder if this will kill all these archers. It did-ish? I don't know. Alright, so like I said, we're just gonna keep getting the crossbowmen, knights, crossbowmen, archers, knights, crossbowmen. I didn't mean to buy a wizard there, but I did, and I don't really care. And this should be pretty good, at least for what it is. My paladin's gonna get there right as the revenge wave shows up, so everything's been calculated perfectly. And I've been playing this pretty well as of right now. So it's just a question of how well we fare against the, you know, the fucking bitch-tied army that's coming right now. Oh, no. My paladin's kind of stun-locked. Perhaps he's not in the best spot. Wait, what the fuck is that? Why do they have a dragon? Hello? Alright, motherfucker, you want to play like that, I can buy some more paladins. If you want to play that game, you want to fucking bring a dragon into the game, I can go ahead and play dirty too. I can buy a bunch of fucking paladins, alright? I don't take kindly to that shit. Guys, this is kind of a big army. Holy shit, guys, what the fuck? I have so much, though. I didn't even realize they had dragon. That's like, where the fuck did they get that from? I can buy in everything that the wizards, that the elves have, right? So I should be able to buy a dragon too, right? Where's my fucking dragon at, huh? That shit's not fair. Also, these guys are giving me the fucking twerk right now. I don't appreciate that at all. How many troops am I down to? 43? I'm not exactly at a dire situation yet, but my wizards did just get fucking annihilated. Paladins, do something. Paladins can't attack. They attack too slowly. Alright. This looks like it's gonna be a bit aggressive. But that dragon... I don't even know how effective it is. I don't even know why they have a fucking dragon. These protectors are dwindling down, though. I can tell that they're not doing too well. I don't know if trebuchets do splash or not, but I do know that they are not going to get to my castle. Yeah. Nice try. I appreciate the dragon. But, yeah, paladins are still OP. I'm actually going to focus off this dragon now. I'm going to start hitting this backline. Because this backline's fucking crazy. Can I rain hell from above again yet? Oh, what the fuck? I got it. It wasn't even highlighted, and I clicked on it, and it let me buy it. Alright, paladins, take care of this fucking dragon, would you? Boom, it burned away, nice. Now it's just this sack of shit right here. Alright, gonna buy some more, I need to buy more clerics. I need to buy more clerics and wizards. The clerics and the wizards are like the foundation for my, army, and they all got erased. So my army has no foundation. Actually, I have wizards. So I just need clerics. And then, like, maybe another cannon, but that cannon's probably going to be too little too late. It moves so slowly. This paladin is... Okay, I was going to say, is it really still alive? Okay, so that was cool. I want to know how the hell I get a dragon. So I could be dragging my balls across the enemy's face. Aha, 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 ah. I'm so fucking stupid. Alright. So the tides of battle have turned back into my favor. Yeah, so guys, the meat of the army should be clerics and wizards, since they sit in the back and just offer up support. And then the actual muscle is crossbowmen, paladins, and that's basically it. Crossbowmen and paladins is like what makes up most of my army composition, and then siege weapons for whatever I decide to use for siege weapons. Mainly cannons. These cannons do like 200 damage per shot, which, I mean, that's not that much individually, considering how slow they are. But you get like 3 of them like I have here, and they do 600 damage per shot. That's devastating. I'll rain hell from above again. I will admit, this has been much more interesting, but it definitely wasn't anything I was Okay, kill that fucking castle before that dragon comes out. Thank God. Dragon, go fuck off, would you? Thank you. Damn, alright. Well, they definitely still have some aces up their sleeve, that's for sure. So Battlefield 10 was 4-star, this was 4-star. So there was a big difficulty gap in between these two, even though the difficulty rating is the same. And we're at 20,000, so I can actually buy... I can max out arrows, which is probably the smart thing to do, but I want to get the next special attack. Because I don't know what the next special attack is. That costs 15,000, this costs 20,000. I can't say no to this, like... I have to buy this. I have to max out arrows. It's too strong. Alright, well that was interesting. Oh, okay, so while that was interesting and they pushed me back pretty far, I wouldn't quite say that was necessarily difficult. There was never a point in that battle that I was like, oh, I'm going to lose. Like I said, I built the foundation for my army, and even though the foundation died, I know it did enough damage to the point that by the time the elf protectors were halfway across the map, they were already too weak to actually continue trying to make a serious threat on me. So we're gonna jump into this with Elven, and I'm gonna discuss kind of how I build an army with elves, because it's very similar, but yeah. Not gonna lie, these little fuckers are a bit annoying. I'm gonna have to actually like react to this attack. I bought a catapult because the catapult's pretty strong. But, yeah, it's like, they're just being really fucking aggressive with the troops they're sending out. I also had the arrows focusing down these healers for, like, ever, and the healers just wouldn't die, so... I guess that once there's more than one of them, they heal each other, which is a little annoying. But other than that, they don't really do anything. It just makes my life a little harder than it should be. Alright, so basically, once I get the arrows upgraded enough to where there's an elemental arrow, I can just keep them stun locked here, because there's, like, no way they can ever progress. Like, even with all this shit, like, I'm gonna sit here and let y'all watch. All of these troops die as they come underneath these arrows. And, like, as soon as I say that, of course, a few of them get through. Oh, well. It doesn't matter, because we're getting started with our attack anyway. doesn't even matter. So, similar to humans, the idea behind making an army comp that's going to work is that it needs a foundation, it needs the meat of the army, and then I need the actual force of aggression. So for the elves, it's a little bit different. The actual meat is going to be Dryad, Elf Hunter, and Healer. So we're going to start out with a few Dryads, since they're so damn expensive. Dryads are fucking busted. I'm not afraid to use a bunch of them now, though. So Dryads and Healers, along with some Hunters, because they all do the frost damage that I need. And then I'm also going to pop in a couple of cannons. I like cannons as just as a unit, especially if I can get 3 or 4 of them out there, then they're like really fucking strong. So this is a pretty good foundation already. No, we haven't even gotten into the actual muscle of the army yet. The actual muscle of the army is extremely simple for elves. It's literally just elf protectors and elf assassins, even though elf assassins aren't even that good. So I'm going to buy a few more Dryads, and I need a little bit more healers, and then I'll be comfortable with what I have here. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and start spamming out some Elf Protectors. Elf Protectors and some Orcs, and then we're also going to get a few Assassins in there as well. I'm going to also spam W to get some Archers. Archers are kind of, they kind of go along with Dryad, but they don't do any frost damage, so I don't see them as very useful. I mean, as y'all remember from the early episodes, archers were the OP strat of the game. You just spam archers with the paladin, and it's done. It's over. Doesn't really work that way anymore, does it, though? So right now, this is pretty good. I like this right here. I'm pretty comfortable with the meat of my army, and I have an army of protectors coming in as well to offer up the actual aggression, which hopefully I'm able to bring a lot of aggression with this. Obviously, I'm not going to win off this push, but I'll tell you how I handle losing this entire forward army, even though it's pretty simple and straightforward. So yeah, it's basically a shit ton of elf protectors. Defenders, protectors, protectors, yeah. So what I like to do is when I know that this forward army is going to die, I like to start spamming more units for the forward army in the background, so that by the time this forward dies, I already have another forward coming out from the back. Also, is this castle gonna die before they can attack? Oh my god. Dude, elf protectors are so broken. They're still not as broken as paladins, but I didn't think I was gonna kill their castle like that. I was gonna show y'all my strategy and how it works, but no, let me just fucking one-shot their entire fucking castle. GG. Okay, so 22,000. Gonna max out arrows here as well. So we're sitting pretty, actually sitting with almost the exact same amount of EXP for both factions. Eventually, I'm gonna get orcs, and I'm gonna have to do this all again the 3rd time, which I'm fine with because it's not that bad. I don't know when I'm gonna get orcs. I bet you I'm gonna get them after Battlefield 12. Counterattack the fires of the orcs. I bet you I'm gonna get them after this one. I don't know why. But anyways, guys, I'm going to click save. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been Shaver79, bringing you Battlefield 11. It's getting a lot harder. Every single level is getting a lot harder. And if you remember, the first game had 12 levels. So after the next episode, we will have officially put more episodes into this game than in the first game, which is cool. So thank you all for watching once again. This is Shaver79. I hope you have all been enjoying the series, and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.